So in jobs.feature file, the new step we have created, create jobs 5 records file. So this is the unimplemented step was generated after executing my test runner 3.java class file. In step 4, when I will execute, this is the unimplemented method has been generated, and in my step definition.java class file, I had added that. Okay, so J1 dot, so the job space object I have created here. For the job space, I have created an object. Okay, and after that, in this method, I am calling J1 dot add jobs method. Okay, and this data table object contains input values. So here it is going, and your data table object values, it is carrying all the input values, and I am retrieving here. Okay, so here you can change it as jobs data. So jobs data. So, and I'm getting all my input values here and my set of driver commands which can be executed. So let me save my program and we'll rerun. So I'm going back to testrunner3.java class file. If I will execute my testrunner3.java class file, my jobs feature file will be executed. So let's run this one. So first step, feature file, add jobs, job titles. So sales full. So that is the first iteration. And second iteration. And third iteration. And finally, it has to close the browser and your program got executed successfully. So now let's go and check the output report part under target folder, Kumber reports, Kumber HTML with browser. See, all these records has been created successfully. Okay, this is the reporting, all these steps got executed successfully and we are able to see the output. So now let's go. So like that, the page object model design pattern, it will follow. Okay, so this concept we can call it as a page object model design pattern with Cucumber. So in page object model design pattern, the first step is, what is the first step? We have to develop a page class file. Suppose I want to create a location space. I want to create a location space and that locations, multiple locations I want to create for a particular step. Okay, so what? So I can take any of the existing page. Okay, I can take any of the existing page class file, skill space, and I can take copy and I'm pasting here and I'm writing location space. And in my location space, what are the changes I need to do? This is the method I have to change it here. And here I need to write add locations. And whatever input parameters are there, location ID, location name, whatever input parameters are there, you have given in your feature file, those values you will retrieve it. Those values you will retrieve it, and you will write set of driver instructions related to add locations. Over. So location space is created. Okay, and so like that, after that, we'll come back to the second step, creation of the feature file. Okay, just like this. So here you will create location ID, location name, something like that. And you have given all the input parameters. And whichever step, so only you are creating a particular step only. Remaining all steps implementation already implemented. So no need to do. So unimplemented step, you are adding into the step definition.java class file. So in the step definition.java class file, okay, in the step definition.java class file, Okay, where is that data table object? So like this, you are creating. So this is the data table object you will pass to add locations, and you will pass that data table object. If it contains multiple rows, you are passing directly data table object. If it contains only single input value, so if it contains like this, okay, let me check how the method was implemented. So if it contains, no need to pass data table object, but we can pass data table object also, because in this case it contains column header input values. So I have to pass. Okay, let's check. So step definition dot Java class file, control F, control V. See, I'm getting the input values, and I'm calling my login method. Okay, so like this, and so this is the implementation part I did like this. Okay, you can call L1.login method username and password. Okay, so if it contains specific set of input values, so directly here I'm getting all my input values, and I'm calling that. So this login method, the specified input values, local variables are executing with those input values. Okay, so that means you are creating a page. After that, you are creating a feature file. After that, whichever feature file that you want to execute, you are specifying in JUnit properties class file. After that, the unimplemented method you are adding in step definition.java class file. Okay, after that, you are passing data table object to that method, so that you are so in the step definition.java class file, you are importing that page class file, and you are calling simply j1.addJobs. That's it. Over. Okay, so like that we can follow the page object model design pattern. Okay, so now what are the advantages and how you need to explain in the interviews, we will see. So what is mean by page object model design pattern? So for every web page, corresponding Java class will be written. Okay, and corresponding Java class file contains corresponding methods of that page. So login page contains login.java. Nationality page contains only add nationality method. Okay, jobs page contains only add jobs method. Home page contains only logout method. Okay, so whenever I want, so the method implement in the step definition.java class file. Okay, in the step definition.java class file, I am creating the object for the page class files, and I'm calling the required method object.method name. So in my step definition, corresponding method implementation object.method name. So that means, see how you are accessing these pages means import. So line number 5 is very important. Just observe line number 5. Import pages dot star. Star means you can able to access any of the Java class file. Okay, so pages dot. So this is my package name. So I'm specifying, and I can able to access all these Java class file. See, that's why I'm able to create all these objects. If I don't write this line, okay, line number 5. If I don't write this line, see all these objects. So the reference is missing. So it is asking import login page, import home page. So I'm clicking here, import login page, import home page, import skills page, import nationality page, and import jobs page. So total 5 import statements was added. Where is that? See here. Guys, please go on mute. Somebody is talking on. So I'm importing every page class. Instead of writing like this, simply you can write import.pages of. That's it. Over. Import of. So you can able to access every class. That's it. And after that, you can create the object, and in whichever step implementation, you can create the object. And first you need to pass the driver to login page, and after that you need to call the required method. Okay, first you need to pass the driver to that page, and after that the required method you have to call. See, in everywhere I am writing like that only. Home page, first I'm passing the driver, after that I'm calling the required method. Okay, So I'm passing the driver object, and after that I'm calling the requirement. So like that, I'm following phase object model design. Okay. So the advantage of phase object model design pattern is the code reusability is very high. Okay. Somebody is reviewing your code. Okay. The reference has been implemented in so and so Java class file. They can easily understand. So login phase where I need to refer the code. Okay. So for nationality phase where I need to refer the code. For skills phase where I need to refer the code. You no need to go and ask everyone individually. You can simply go to pages. Okay. People has developed for every web page corresponding Java class file they are given. So you can analyze the technical code also very easy. Okay. The code reusability is very high. That is the first advantage. Okay. Understanding of the technical flow is very easy. Okay. So no need to write. Suppose here skills.feature file. So these are the steps. We are not writing multiple methods. Okay, skills.feature file and jobs.feature file. The code reusability we are calling from login method itself. Okay, so again, I no need to implement login method for every feature file. So the code reusability is very high in phase object model design part. Okay, so those are the advantages of phase object model design part. Okay, so phase object model design pattern, we can say like that. Okay, so important point I want to tell you, one more important point in phase object model design pattern. If you come back to login phase, see here, this is my XPath, right? This is my XPath. So what is this XPath? Login button. So this is the login button, correct? So let me take this copy, Control C, and here globally I'm declaring public static string login button XPath. Is equal to, I'm storing this. This is my login button XPath. Okay, I'm coming back to here. So instead of using this value within the double quotation, I'm using this XPath. Okay, so wherever you are writing XPath, you can declare it globally. Wherever you are writing XPath, you can declare it globally of that particular web page. Wherever, suppose here we had used string username comma button. So this one. Okay, so I have it, so I can use it. So instead of using login button XPath multiple times, I can use this in the same one. So I can use this one here also. Got the point? So no need to write XPaths for every web element separately and different. Okay, so that is the login XPath I am using, and so like that I'm using. Okay, so this section we can call it as a page object repository. Page object repository. So for every web page, we can declare corresponding XPaths. Okay, corresponding XPaths we can declare globally at the page level. If something developer has changed the property, suppose today he is using button. Tomorrow, if it is changed, I can change my XPath at here globally. So suppose he changed it to submit one, I can change it here. So that I no need to change in every method. Okay. So at the globally, I'm maintaining every web element XPaths. Okay. I'm declaring my web elements XPaths globally. Okay. So every maintaining of object, so this we can call it as an object repository. Maintaining of object repository is very easy at page level. Okay. Suppose I have created a Java class file and I'm writing 1000 XPaths at globally in that Java class file. Suppose in the previous case, in the step definition.java class file, I have to write 1000 XPaths globally. Okay, it will, so tomorrow developer has changed one property. It's difficult, which are out of this 1000, you need to check it manually. Okay, But if it is at page level, you can easily navigate, and whatever property developer has changed, just you can change it. If the XPath got completely changed, you can change it, so that this it can be affected for all page specific web elements. It can be affected here at the bottom of the page. In every set of driver instruction, it can be applicable. So this concept we can call it as a object repository. What is mean by object repository? People will ask in the interviews. Okay, declaration of maintaining of web elements. Okay, in page object model, every page specific, the web elements XPath can be maintained globally, and we can store XPath and everything at globally in the static variables. Okay, and so that maintaining of object repository is very easy, because a page, normally a login page contains hardly 2 or 3. A home page contains hardly 2 or 3 XPaths. A nationality page contains hardly 2 or 3. But if you are writing all these XPaths in the step definition.java class file, the size will be 1000. And tomorrow, whenever you are analyzing any of the XPath is changed, it is difficult for you. Okay, so that's it. So whenever you are talking about page object model report, page object model design pattern, you have to talk about 2 points. Page object repository. So this is the second point you have to come. Got the point? So simply the summarization of the page object model means for every web page, we will write separate Java class file and corresponding methods will be implemented. And every page specific, we can declare the web elements and we can easily maintain the page object repository. So like that page object model design pattern, it will follow. Under corresponding step definition.java class file, we can create the object and we can call the required methods as per the test case functional flow. So like that, we can follow page object model design pattern in Cucumber. So this is the point you have to give in the interviews. This is the point you have to explain in the interviews. Under step definition.java class file, we will create object and we will call the required methods as per the test case functional flow. Under corresponding method level, okay, under each step definition, for each step definition implementation, we will call object.method name. That's it on the page object model design pattern. Okay, hope everyone is clear. So this is the final project in Cucumber. Okay, page object model Cucumber, this is the final project. Hope everyone is clear, but this is very big class, but this is the final project in Cucumber. That's it. Okay, let's recap. Let's summarize the points. What is the first point I did here? I have created page class file. I have taken existing page class file and I copied and pasted. That's it. Location space and I did. Okay, right. And after that, I'm changing here location space, and here I am changing add location. And whatever parameter names are there, I'm ready. So first point is done. Second point, what is the second point I have to do? I have to create feature file. So add location, so like add jobs. So I have created a feature file. So this is for this step. So after the third step, what is my third step? Under JUnit platform properties file, which feature file that I want to execute, I have to specify. This is my third step. Okay, and fourth step, the unimplemented method I have to implement under my step definition.java class file. So whatever is unimplemented method is there, so that is the method I have to implement. This is my fourth point. And fifth point, inside the method, okay, so inside the method you have to write the code. So you have to import, you have to create object, and you have to pass the driver object to job space. Here I'm passing the object to job space, and after that the required method I am calling. That's 5 steps. Page object model is completed. Okay, so do some exercises, add jobs or add nationalities or add skills. Okay, I'm going to share you this project. Okay, I think today this lab is enough. Okay, and in tomorrow's class we can discuss parallel test execution. So far we are executing only one feature file. Suppose I want to execute all these feature files parallelly in different browser combinations. Okay, so that concept we can discuss in tomorrow's. If I will tell today's class, you will get mixed and everything get confused. Okay, so I want to tell it in tomorrow's class. Got the point, everyone? Okay, so let me share this point. Okay, so before summarizing the points for today, okay, let me keep the points. So we have implemented jobs.feature file. So snipping to so this one is phase object model design pattern. So I am giving create skills record here. Okay, 1 second. I have to change it, create jobs record. Here, create jobs record. Okay, you can save it. Okay, let me take snapshot again. So this is my feature file. And what is the corresponding step definition.java class file? Just I'm keeping user navigate to login page. This is the step I'm keeping. Okay, going back to my step definition.java class file. Control F, Control V. So this is the step I'm keeping. So if it contains single input value. Okay, so this is the implementation part. And the next one is creation of jobs record. Okay, creation of jobs records. This one. So these are the steps we are implemented. Corresponding step definitions are implemented under step definition.java class file. So these are the two steps are implemented like that. Okay. So now the next point is I have to show you job space. So this one. Okay. So let me take snap here. So now I'm going to open job space. So this PPT it can help you for easy understanding. So just I'm writing that. So the set of driver commands under job space, how I have implemented. I'm showing. Okay. Okay, I'm keeping in such way. So this is your job space. And after that, so the setup driver commands are continuing here and add jobs. And similarly for login steps. Login page. It is a login page. So this is the method we can. So let me take this method, Control X. Okay. So like this, corresponding methods are invoking. So the main point in step definition.java class file, how we are calling, I had already given them. So this is the. So whenever your step definitions are executing, okay. One second. In which slide I have copied or this one? Okay, let. So corresponding methods are invoking from that entities. Okay. So here is object. So in step definition.java class file, where is that? Okay. So this is my step definition.java class file. The main important line is in your step definition.java class file is you have to import the page class files. This is the main important point. Okay, let me show you that page class. Okay, and taking this one. So this is the main important section. You don't import that page class file, you cannot able to access any of the menus. So this is first one, and this is second one, and this is third. Okay. So whenever these steps are executing, corresponding methods are page class files has been imported in step definition, and corresponding methods are invoking from this step definition.java file. So here login page L1 login method, it's invoking from this page class. Okay, so like that. Okay, let me share this one PPT as well. One second. Okay. So I'm going to share you this PPT and this project. So that's it on POP. Okay, one second. Copy this one. And okay, the important point I forgot to tell here. Okay. So whenever you are launching your browser, so I forgot to tell very important point. Okay. See here, user launch Chrome browser. This is the first step it is executing, right? User launch Chrome browser here. Whenever one second, user navigate to login page one. Okay. So user launch Chrome browser. So in your step definition.java class file, how this step is executing, I want to tell you. So going back to your step definition.java class file, Control F, Control V. See here, test browser.open Chrome browser. This method we already explained. So the driver object it is returning, and this is the driver. It is forwarding to every page. Whenever corresponding methods are executing, so this is the same driver it is passing to every page. Whenever corresponding method is executing, this is the same driver it is forwarding to that page. And after that only the set of driver commands can be executed. If you don't pass this driver object, your set of driver commands cannot be executed. Okay, so you have to pass the driver object to that class file. This method it has to invoke, and after that only your set of driver commands can be executed. So here that is first point. And second point, in test browser.open Chrome browser, I have written this. Just observe this step. Previously, we are writing system.set property Chrome driver path. We are storing like this. And C Chrome driver.exe, we are specifying like this. But here, the same line of code, I kept it as comment, and I have written like this. See, just observe this line of code. System.set property webdriver.chrome driver, and I mentioned SRC test resources contains a drivers folder. So here SRC test resources, okay, it contains a drivers folder. Here it contains Chrome driver.exe. I am referring my Chrome driver.exe in my project folder from this location. If I am writing like this, my Chrome driver.exe, I am referring from this location. So under C drive, Chrome driver Win32, I am referring from here. Got the point? In real time, people will write Chrome driver.exe path like this. So SRC test resources, it contains a folder name as drivers folder. Okay, and make sure a drivers folder. This is the, suppose in tomorrow your Chrome browser version is updated to 106. Just delete it here and paste that latest Chrome driver.exe. Okay, so in your right now in your C drive, under Chrome driver Win32. So this is the one. Just you can copy and you can come back to here, and here right click and paste it. So that means my Chrome driver.exe is referring from my project location only. Okay, so in real time, Chrome driver.exe path people will mention like this. Dot means current project folder. So this is my current project folder under SRC test resources. So under SRC test resources, this is my folder. So it contains a drivers folder. So this is my drivers folder. It contains Chrome driver.exe. So like, so whenever I'm sharing this project, entire project, I'm also sharing my Chrome driver.exe also. Okay. So suppose in your Chrome browser, sorry, my programs are not executing. That means might be in my system, my Chrome driver.exe version is 105. So this Chrome driver.exe version is 105. Might be in your system 106. Then you have to delete it, or you can rename it. So to rename it, just press F2 and rename it Chrome driver 1.exe. And make sure the latest Chrome driver.exe you have pasted here. Got the point, everyone? So like that. So this is the test browser. So under SRC test Java, common util package contains test browser. So this open Chrome browser. So in my step definition.java file, user launch Chrome browser. So in my background key section, whenever my first step got executed, user launch Chrome browser. This is the first step got executed. in my step definition.java class file. Okay, this is the only, so to launch my driver object here only I am creating my driver object. After that, in any of the step I haven't written single set of driver command also. Okay, just I am initializing my driver object here, and this driver object only I am passing to corresponding page class files. Okay, so that's it on the summary. Okay, now we copy. No response. So yesterday, day 4 POA. Guys, if you are not practicing the labs on same day, it will be get confused. So the updated PPT, you can download it from here. In real time, people will use page object model with Cucumber pattern. Okay. So this is the final project is important in Cucumber. Okay. Yeah, that's it for today's class. And I will share the video recordings in next 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone.
Sir, tomorrow's class.
Tomorrow is why? Tomorrow is Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have class. Only we don't have class on Monday only.
Topics are
Monday is fine.